Good morning, everyone. My name is Anne-Marie Band. Today is Friday, August the 18th, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. As many of you know, I am traveling, but we will see a few things today that are very interesting. Notice I thought that we would come into this area. I just didn't think it would come this fast. And so here we are down at the bottom of the ribbon. We still have an upward draft here on the Keltner channels for the weekly and the monthly, but you can see this retrace occurring. And so what are we looking at? 43.31 all the way to 43.02. That puts us at the top of the monthly ribbon. Could we come all the way back down here to 4,100? Why, yes, we could. And indeed, if we keep moving on this little path of we just need to take a breath, that will be where we end up, because it is old resistance that becomes new support. Now, we had a 4,400 pin for the flows coming into the end of the month, and we are really deep in the money there. That could cause accelerated selling as the traders say, oh my goodness, I'm positioned in the wrong direction. Now I need to add to my short position. What are we doing from a daily perspective? We are slipping backwards. Remember yesterday I said, all right, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, one update, 1, 2, 3, 4, one update. And then we said, maybe this will be the one to bounce after 2 days. And it did not. Well, it did bounce, but gave it right back up. So 44, 52, 50, still the top of the range. Now we are looking at 44, 20, 44, 18. Moving from that space, I'm going to bring this one all the way down to here, right? 44.19. What is this price action telling us? Well, we are walking the band. This is the Keltner channel. And when we start walking the band, that's accelerated motion. Notice high, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. For the last 3 days, we literally have closed on the low. Look at what happened the prior days. See how everybody bought off those lows? Not happening anymore. So there is a shift in the market. And when that shift comes, we don't need to be bottom picking. We need to say, all right, my bounces are sells. I'm just going to trade what's in front of me. Tactically, remember, you want to sit and say, okay, what's this doing? Is it giving me lower lows and lower highs? I'm going to bounce and I'm going to take the short. All right? And so that really is what is happening right now. We are walking the band. Look at how many hours we walked the band yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we started flattening out. And notice we only bounced to the middle of the band and began to fade again. This is not a bottom picking environment. This is an environment that allows price action to fade dramatically under the backdrop of what's going on with dealer repositioning. I want to be very, very clear on this. Do not bottom pick until you stop seeing the chart head lower. And every single time we've been making a new low. Take a look at what happened to the Keltner band here. We actually lifted just above it and then lost it. So you might say to yourself, Anne-Marie, what happens if I look at this price action and I think to myself, wait, the chart is going to hold. What should I do when it comes up above this area, 436? Let's say I'm thinking, surely I've got to buy the dip. I believe this is actually a bull market. I don't believe it's bull market, but if you believe it, it doesn't even matter. The question is, what should happen when I breach this area? Because of trend, because of the slope of the Keltner channel, you're going to anticipate that you're going to bump into trapped buyers who are going to say, you know what, I got to get out of here. I bought right here and I held for these very painful hours, and now it's up here. I'm getting out of Dodge. Okay? And I got to tell you, I've done that 100 times. I've said to myself, all right, as soon as I break even, I'm getting out of here because I know I'm going to have a reversion break in this environment. Do not try to move against trend until this market has told you it's stopped. Now, about maybe 3-4 days ago, I said, hey, I might even have been last week, hey, if you're thinking about buying a butterfly that sends us all the way down into the 435 area, we're already dipping there. I did not put on that put butterfly. I really wish I had, because I could really see the price action rotating. I just didn't do it. And, you know, just a lot going on, especially since I'm traveling. All right, so now we're sitting here at 433. What's going on? See this area right here? Traders have been trying to hold this zone. Notice, old resistance. They've already broken it, 436, 435. They're broken below. Now they're going to try and flesh out where they think price action might be, and that is probably around this 431 area. Let's draw a line right there. Old resistance, new support, maybe somewhere around that zone. I would not pick it, right? I'd use it as a target for a short on the bounce. If it doesn't get filled, you know price action is going to shift. Now, all the folks in pre-market are very, very short. They're going to try and cover as the price opens on the day. Here's the thing. The bounces, very likely sell zones. Take a look at the selling pressure. Selling, selling, selling. All of the selling is more pronounced than the buying. Do not try to pick bottoms today. Don't do it. Friday's trending. We'll see what happens. And the way you do look for a bounce to hold is you go to the edge and you say, am I failing to head lower? And that answer is no, no, no. I am not. I keep making brand new lows. Okay, let's take a look at the cues. Yeah, really bad. What are we doing? Retracing the edge. This region right here is this gap action that I'm looking at. We have 355 as a target. We'll see, right? Now, look at what's happening in tech. They are starting to buy here, but every time they buy, sellers come in and jam them up. All right? There is plenty of supply here. Absolutely a ton of it. Look for the cues. Let's go back to the daily here. Look at this price action, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every fourth day. So does that mean that maybe Monday might be a bounce zone? Yeah, but we have no idea. We don't know. Here's what happens. If the bounce comes, what's going to happen? We're going to breach the close of the prior day. That's here. Okay? Wherever it ends up today. Right? So we have this, the breach of that prior day, and then we'll bounce into prior resistance, we'll pull back, and we'll hold the zone. So far, not happening. Not happening at all. Nice big fade today. Nice big fade. And lastly, of course, we'll keep our eye on oil. I paid $5 a gallon today. I know, folks, if you're looking at me from Europe, you've been paying $10 a gallon for a long time. But we're not used to that. Here's our fade coming in. With crude, however, right, this is going to jolt the market. We tried to bounce yesterday and could not. This price action tells me that we are very likely to continue that downward path. We've got no big news coming up in the day, but this should fade fairly dramatically. We really cannot pull any more out of the SPR. I believe our administration is listening to the noise that says, hey, listen, if we pull any more out of there, we're going to risk structural damage of those underground salt caverns that hold all of this oil. So we've just got to be very, very careful there. I think they're heeding that, and price action is coming in because of this contagion that is being felt over the noise in China. Good luck today, folks. Pay attention. Oil's going to be choppy. The dollar is on the move. It is going to affect commodities and all those sorts of things that are priced in those commodities, as well as alternative energies. This gold, I'm kicking myself for not taking this trade because it is sitting very nicely where I think it ought to be sitting. I think it really ought to come back into this high volume node at around the 1800 mark as the dollar goes screaming to the north. Dollar strength is really affecting the markets. Stay frosty, and I'll see you all in the midday action report.